Hello, I'm here with Rebecca, who runs Cuttz Cartel. Rebecca, tell us about what you do.
So I am Rebecca. I run a printing and packaging business within the cannabis community. I specialize usually within stickers and mylar bags, doing a lot of packaging for everyone, anyone between natural supplements and anything in between that I can't really talk about right now.
And so, and how did you get into this? Because you run it from your location, Northern Ireland, which
Right.
I think we could tell from the accent, which is great. So, how did you get into this area?
To the printing or to the cannabis, because I kind of fell into the two
Yeah,
accidents.
well, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? You're doing this within the cannabis space, so not an easy space to get into. What drove you into it?
I fell into it. I was actually, my background is in nursing. I first came across cannabis. I came across I come from a really strict Catholic background, so cannabis to me was always a gateway drug. Is the way I was brought up. When I was nursing, I met this patient that had a background. Had a lot of addictions in the past, and the only medication at all that he would use was cannabis, and he was going for surgery. So going for surgery, I'm not used to seeing people only wanting to have cannabis for surgery. They want the best drugs on the market. And for him, that's what it was. So that opened my eyes to cannabis in the beginning. Within 2 weeks, then I had tried cannabis. I thought, "This is not what I thought it was." And I just started then I became a medical patient, obviously, and I fell into the printing by accident when I realized that friends needed some stickers done. I could do that anyway because I needed to earn a little bit of extra money when I was a student. So I just kind of did it to help a few friends out, and it took off pretty quickly overnight. And I am now running a full printing and packaging warehouse basically from the house at the moment, but hopefully that'll change in the future.
Now that's fascinating that you started off in the NHS, I guess.
Yeah.
Said that you started to try cannabis yourself, but I guess that was I'm assuming that would be frowned upon within the NHS. Is that right? Or is there
On paper, that's correct. I do not work for the I don't need to worry here, but on paper that would be correct. But no, first time I ever smoked cannabis was with one of the nurses that I worked with on the ward. It was recommended by one of the doctors actually at the time that says, this would be so much better for you because I was on mood stabilizers for my mental health. I was struggling to do very much anything really. I'd stopped taking them in the morning because I just couldn't go to work. I was like a zombie. So it was actually one of the doctors that says, "Have you ever tried cannabis? Maybe you should." And I was still bitten. I don't know, but it was because it was a doctor and one of the nurses that I was really friendly with that says, "You should try this." So I brought one of my friends, the nurse, to my house one evening, and she let me try it. And from there, the rest is history.
so that's fascinating, isn't it? That it was the doctors and the nurse who were suggesting cannabis as a treatment, which on the NHS you just simply wouldn't get it.
No, no, no. They were telling me it's so much safer for my body, less side effects. There's less damage done to my liver because obviously the medication I was on before is really, really bad for your liver. That's my liver's fine. My last liver tests that I had done are completely fine beforehand when I was on the quetiapine, which is a mood stabilizer. My liver tests weren't so great.
Yeah. And how long ago was this? Just to give us some context.
Like 4 years.
4 years. Okay, so it's been quite a while then. I mean, 4 years it's not like you're a newbie, as it were.
I still feel like a bit of a newbie at times because a lot of people have 20 plus years of experience of cannabis. Learn a lot in 4 years when you're around the right people.
During that journey, I know that we've been to a couple of events together. What what has opened your eyes? What has been the main thing that perhaps you weren't expecting, and you
Lots of judgment. Everyone's there to protect each other. I know everyone's kind of there to have fun themselves, but everybody's there to look out for everybody else. It's a safe environment. There's never any fights. There's never any danger. You don't ever feel on edge. So I think for me, for the events, it's brought me out of my shell a lot because I can be me. I don't feel like I need to be somebody that I'm not anymore, which has been the big part for me.
which going on stereotypes, yeah, that probably wasn't what you expected when you started, right? Yeah, it's the opposite to what most people think.
Yeah. Especially from my background, my family, the way I was brought up, I was expecting it to be a lot worse.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. I think that's something that surprises a lot of people. So you
Yeah.
said that you started off with the printer. You started doing printers at university. Now that's not something that every student starts doing, is it? You just happen to have a handy sticker maker in your bedroom, right?
I've always been a bit crafty and I like to learn new things. I get bored really, really easily. And I'm always trying to just learn anything. If it's making candles one week and I could be doing something completely different the next, I just like to challenge myself over and over again. So I think that's where the craftiness comes from, is just always had that crafty side of me.
Yeah, yeah. And of course stickers, leaflets, fly it's a big thing within the scene for anyone who doesn't know. If you go to one of these events, you will come back with a big bag of stickers and flyers and things. But so when you do did the design yourself, or is it mainly the production, the manufacturing?
Mainly the production, the manufacturing. I do some basic design work and I am doing a course at the minute to do a bit more when it comes to the graphic design. However, I have so many people that I can recommend within this community that are fantastic artists. So I do like to kind of push people towards other artists, depending on the style that they want, to kind of have a mixture of different artists for different styles to suit everybody's needs.
Well, that's a very creative scene, isn't it? I guess with everyone stoked, everyone's thinking of these massive ideas all the time. So tell us about all your printing capabilities. What can you make? What can you do? What have you got that enables you to offer the service that you do?
What can I not?
Hey.
Cost of the print, there's probably not very much at the minute that I can't do apart from the direct prints to my bags. However, we will be married very soon. You have to wait and see, and you have to keep an eye out on my page for that one. But I will be doing some direct prints very, very soon. Not just in my larvies, but that'll be jars and stuff as well. Taking the whole package and level to a whole new game. 3D printing as well. So I'll be doing the 3D, not just like normal 3D prints, but 3D on the mylar bags, on the jars, anything like that. It's just taking everything to a whole new level.
Now, I know when I saw you, you were very excited about a new printer that
Oh
you
no,
had
black.
got your hands on. So, I guess for printer nerds, what can this printer do that is so good? Why were you so excited about it?
My most recent one that I'm up and using at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah, it just speeds everything up for me now. It's just making things so much faster for me. It's
And it can
ring format. I went from something like an A4 printer before, doing things at home. So anybody that has an interest in this, you can do this from home machines. You do not need, I'm not a lot of money, but it's very expensive, my newer prints. But you don't need to start with something like that, obviously. I've done that now because my orders are coming in so fast that I'm having to put a pause on things or slow things down. This allows me to run large batch things really, really quick, whilst also doing the small batch things on my smaller printer and putting up like extra care and stuff, depending on the orders.
and so that's stickers and flyers, that sort of thing. Now, I might be putting you on the spot here, but what about things like the banners that are behind me, or is that more specialist, or is that something else that you?
No, I can do that. I just
Yeah,
haven't
okay.
picked that right now. I'm just kind of sticking to what I know and what I do and what sells very well at the moment. But that is the things like that I can do. I just, it's more custom orders. If somebody comes to me, then I'm not going to say no. If I can do it, then I will.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And does it include merchandise?
Yes, clothing, cups, anything at all. And if it can be printed on, I can do it.
Okay, fantastic. So you've got your website. Would you like to tell us how people can get in contact with you?
At the moment, my website is still not up and running. It is still in the works. It's me being slow because I'm doing everything I'm on my own at the minute. It's incredibly hard to get everything up and going. That will be launched very, very soon though. So at the minute, if you go onto my Instagram at Cuttz Cartel, you can contact me there or my own personal Instagram at Canacotta.
Okay.
Either or, I will get back to you on either of the accounts.
So all this business that you're doing is being driven through contacting people through the events and word of mouth and all via Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. Word of mouth mainly. Yeah.
Great.
It's
Okay.
crazy because I went from being a nobody and nobody knowing who I am. I'm just a little Irish girl turning up to events to now people are saying, "You're Cuts Cartel. You've done this work for this person and you've done that." It's a bit overwhelming at times, but it's pretty cool.
Well, that's getting out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spending the time and effort to get out there and get yourself known. So, what are the plans for the future? You mentioned new printer, new equipment that enable you to expand. So, what are you expecting?
A lot of expansion. Um, I'm hoping to get a unit, within the next year, and staff. Huh. So I'd like to get at least another member of staff in with me at the moment because at the minute it's just myself and a bit of help from my children now and again, but obviously backups. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Well, look, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. It's I wish you all the best of luck. I think it's fantastic that how you've, as I say, we've met at a couple of events, and I love the fact that you're just getting out there, getting to know everybody, and it's
As to anyone that's kind of hesitant about going to any sort of cannabis events, just do it. Just do it. I am probably the shyest, quietest person that you'll ever meet in person until you know me. Until you get to know me, and it was really scary for me, but I genuinely think everybody needs to try it at least once.
yeah, brilliant. Well, okay. Well, I'll stop the recording, but yeah, don't go anywhere. Thanks very much, Rebecca.